33 positives. From there.
Right. Good morning, everyone. Let's make a start. Okay. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
You all good. Can you all see my screen clearly?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Apologies for the bad handwriting. This tablet is not straightforward to actually write on. What we're going to do is do a quick review of what we did last week, okay, which was expanding brackets, okay, and we're just going to do one or two simple questions, and then we're going to move on to the more difficult stuff that we were looking at last week. So let's make a start. So I hope you all remember what these questions were like. So let's do the first one. Okay, so this is just a 5-10 minute recap, and then we're going to move on to more difficult stuff. Okay, so we got a question: a plus 2 brackets, and then we got b plus 3. Okay, so what's the rule, everyone? What's the rule? Okay, what do we do when we expand brackets like this? What do we do first?
A times B.
We do that first. Okay, and I'll put a 1 there.
8 times 3.
8
Very
times
good.
3.
Very good. We do that second. And then what's the next item? What do we do then?
3 times B.
2
times B.
Very good. 2 times 3.
And
Then
2 times 3.
very good. So when we do this, when we expand it out, it becomes the first item here. I'll just put that as an A actually, just to avoid confusion. So the first item becomes AB. The second item becomes 3 times A.
Yeah.
Yeah. The third item becomes 2B.
2B.
Fourth
And then
item
the fourth
becomes
becomes 6.
So when we add that all together, it becomes AB plus 3A plus 2B.
2B plus 6.
That's it. Okay, that's the expanding bracket. That's an easy one. That's an easy one. Let's do a really, really complicated one now, so we can kind of make sure we fully understand what we're doing here. Let's do this one. Let's do this one. Let's do let's do this one. Let's do this one. Just want to make sure that you fully understand this. X plus 5 whole squared. What does that actually mean, first of all?
That means it's doubled.
So you have to
Well-
times the same expression
2
Correct.
times.
again by the same
Correct.
expression.
Correct. Yeah, just made a silly mistake there. Yeah. So it actually means this. That's what it means. So again, I'm not going to draw the arrows in for you. Shout it out. What it's meant to be. What's the first step?
You do x times 2.
No. So we do that with that.
X, and then x to 5,
5.
and then 5 to x, and 5 to 5.
Very good. So x times x is equal to
Squared.
x squared. Correct. Next term. What's x times 5?
5x.
X.
5x.
5x. Correct. What's the third term? 5 times x.
5x again.
5x again. Correct. And what's 5 times 5?
25.
We can simplify this further. So it becomes x squared. What's 5x plus 5x?
10x.
10x. 10x squared.
There we go.
25x.
No, just 25. Why is it 25x? Because it's 5 times 5. Okay, there's no x's there. All the x's are here. All the x squareds are there. And all the numbers are separate. Okay. let's do one more before we
Okay.
say we are experts in this. We need to know we need to know everything we need to know here. Okay, let's do this one here. Let's do this one. 5 open bracket x minus 3 all squared. What does that actually mean?
5
That means x minus 3 plus x minus 3 x minus 3. It's 2 times x minus 3.
Yeah, we're just modifying, as you said, modifying the same expression twice.
2 times.
So let's leave out the 5 for the time being. Let's leave out the 5. So I do this with that, do that with this, and that with that, and then that with that. So let's do that first. I'll leave the 5 outside, okay? I'm leaving the 5 outside. So what's x times x?
x squared
X squared.
X times minus 3.
minus 3x
What's minus 3 times x?
minus 3x
And what's minus 3 times minus 3?
9 add 9
Plus 9, correct?
positive 9.
Very good. So we can just simplify the bracket in between. I'll leave the 5 outside. It's x squared. There's only one x squared term. How many x terms we got? We've got 2. So what's minus 3x plus minus 3x?
Minus
3x.
positive 6x.
Nope. So I've got a minus there and I've got a minus there. So all I'm adding them together.
It's 3 and 3.
Yep. So minus 3 becomes
Positive 6x.
no.
Minus
3
X.
plus.
Oh,
Positive 6.
No, you're thinking about multiplication. Okay. We're doing which
Plus
again?
6 minus 6.
Correct. It's minus 6. Does everybody understand why it's minus 6? Does everybody understand? Or is that confusing? Because all we're doing is following the number line. Remember the number line that we had here when you went in school? And we had the 0 term there, and then we had minus 1 there, we had minus 2 there, we had minus 3 there. Let me just extend this a little bit. And we had minus 4, minus 5, we had minus 6 there. I'll just do it a different color. Okay. You started on minus 3, and you are minus 3 again. So you go 1, 2, 3. You end up there. Okay. So it becomes minus 6x. Okay. That's what it becomes. It becomes a minus 6x. Okay. Everybody understand? We're going backwards and forwards. If it had been a plus 3, let me ask you the interesting question. If it had been a plus 3, if it had been minus 3x plus 3x, what would be that? What would be it? What would be it? If I started at minus 3 and I did plus 3x, which way am I going?
Forward.
I'm going there. I'm going 1, 2, 3. It would be 0. Okay? So I start off at minus 3, and I go 1, 2, 3. I end up with 0. But if I'm going backwards, because it's a minus here, and I started off at minus 3, I go 1, 2, 3, and I end up at minus 6. Okay? Keep that in mind. What we were doing last week was the table of truth, okay, which was to do with multiplication. Okay? And then we got the last term, which is plus 9. And then all you do is you just expand this out. Okay? That's all you do. So 5 times x squared is
5x squared.
minus 6 times 5.
Minus 30x.
And 5 times 9.
45. Add
Minus
45.
45x. 45.
Okay.
Sir,
Okay, so that's what we do then, okay?
sir.
Yeah.
How do you actually solve an expression in algebra
Yeah.
question?
That's what we're coming on to in a minute, okay? That's what we're coming on to. That'll be the next step. Okay. So let's start a new sheet, okay? Close the door and lock it. Okay, so I think we're okay on expanding brackets. What we're going to come on to before we start solving these equations is we're doing the reverse process. Remember we spoke about this. We went from complex, so we went from expanding brackets and we open them up, okay, and we simplify, okay. So we simplify the equation. We get an expression here, okay, where it is. We get x squared plus 1 or whatever it is. Okay, I'm going to okay, I'm going to mute all of you. Okay, there's a lot of talking in the background. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the reverse, okay? And whoever asked a question about solving equations, expressions, we'll come on to that. So we're going to do the reverse. We're going to do this bit here, okay? We're going to go from here, from an expression, and we're going to get it into a bracket, okay? And towards the end of the lesson, I will explain why we are doing this, okay? Because for you, ladies and gentlemen, why is the most important question you can always ask. Why are we doing this? And that will be explained at the end of the lesson, okay? Why are we doing this? So, without further ado, let's make a start. And what we're doing is, does anybody know what it's called? If one is called expanding brackets, what's the reverse process called? Anybody, any ideas? You might know. Okay, called factorizing.
Is it making brackets smaller?
Sorry?
Is it making brackets smaller?
No, it's doing the reverse, and I'll show you what I mean, okay? So, factorizing. So, let's do an example. Let's do an example. Always good to do an example. Let's just call
Sir, what does
Yeah.
factorizing mean?
It's the reverse process. So remember we went from expanding bracket,
Brackets.
okay?
Yeah.
And the reverse process, okay,
Yeah.
called factorizing. So all we're doing is the two are linked, okay? The two are linked, okay? So when we're factorizing, they're linked, okay? They're linked in a particular way. It's probably not a very
Okay.
good analogy, but the two are linked, okay? So what happens is when you've got a bracket and you expand it out, okay? When you expand it out, and you get a term like x squared plus x plus 1 is a simple one, but I want to get it back into a bracket. I want to get it back into a bracket. That process is factorization. Okay, factorization. Okay, factorizing. So that's what it is.